Hey, what's up guys, Chris here, back in Borderlands 3, and it seems that one of the first big updates have been applied to this game a number of hours ago, and alongside many of the bug fixes and balance changes that have been brought in the game, Gearbox has also significantly nerfed the loot drops. So the general quality of the loot drops are going to be significantly lower in the new update, and this is something that probably many of you have already noticed. And I went in, I tested it in the past half an hour or so, and I did many of the vaults in the game, and I can confirm that even on Mayhem 3 the general quality of the loot drops has gone down by quite a bit, to the point that I'm not getting anywhere near as many legendaries as I used to. So the maximum now is about 3, maybe 4, and it can definitely happen for you to not get a single legendary from a boss even on Mayhem 3. So let's dive right in with everything we need to know, as well as a bunch of workarounds that I actually found to work pretty well. Now, earlier today, Gearbox's official Twitter channel came in with this announcement. A hotfix is up now for Borderlands 3. The hotfix addresses balance updates. In the meantime, we are working on performance issues and their solutions. And of course, we also have the bunch of patch notes over here, so I'm going to read them real quick. A few of them are bugs, other are just balance changes. So for example, in terms of bugs, the yellow paint has been added to Amber Mire to mark a more obvious path to complete the Sabotage Crew Challenge. The new use station in front of the Halcyon suborbital spaceport, which is used during the space laser tag mission in the Meridian Metroplex, now has a larger activation range. There's a similar change for the new use station from the Atlas at last mission. The first Guardian a player runs into during the Beneath the Meridian mission is no longer over-leveled. And of course, the last bug is the Iridian chest by the grotto in Jacob's estate is no longer invisible. And that is in terms of bugs. Now, as far as balances go, Iridium crystals in the Voracious Canopy grow less frequently. This was an amazing spot to actually farm for Iridium. Unfortunately, it's going to pretty much go to waste. Scaled down the amount of loot drops in Mayhem mode, and this is the change I was talking about. Like most of the high-end activities that used to work up until now, they are not as rewarding anymore, so just keep that in mind. Torque shotgun sticky damage has been reduced. Reduced E-Tech shotgun elemental damage from flesh off your bones to a lot. Chupacabratch dropped too much of his hard-earned loot, so that was also nerfed. Adjusted spawn rate of loot tanks in the mansion, they are special again. So in case you didn't know this, on Eden 6, in Jacob's estate, there used to be a very nice spot where loot tanks kept spawning all the time whenever you would reload in the game, and this was fixed, so they are no longer a common occurrence. Finally, we have removed pain sounds from Troy for his boss fight, and yes, he was kinda crying like a little bitch for every single elemental damage. I didn't test this out yet, but you know, I'm gonna take their word for it. I hope he's not going to be as much of a crybaby as he used to be in the previous patches. But the hotfixes are applied at the game menu when you start the game. To ensure that the hotfix has been applied, go to the in-game menu and see if updates are available showing. So if the message is available and it's showing, yeah, you're going to have the update applied to you. Now, in terms of the loot drops, as I was saying, they have generally been nerfed across the board. So everything in the game doesn't drop as many legendaries as it used to. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Honestly, I kinda liked the legendary shower, but honestly, I think it was a little bit ridiculous at times that it would get up to 6 legendaries from one like single 5-minute encounter. Maybe that was a little bit too much, so the scale back maybe isn't really that bad, but you know what? Let me know down below what is your opinion on this. Now, in terms of loot drops, I did notice a number of bosses not dropping a single legendary, or other turns they would drop up to 3 legendaries, but like, yeah, the general overall quality of the loot drops in my experience so far has been halved. So you can kind of expect half the amount of legendaries on average as you used to, maybe a bit more. But there is a bunch of items in the game that can actually help you quite a lot with that, and one of them that I just checked is the Mind Melt loaded dice, and one of its bonuses over here, which I find really awesome, is that one over there in the middle, substantially increases your luck. And yes, this applies to legendary drops as well, so the overall loot quality is going to be a little bit better. Now I did have a chance to test this out for quite a bit since the update came out, and it definitely has an impact on the overall quality of the loot. I definitely saw a few more legendaries on top of what I would normally get without it, but the boss might still not drop a single legendary from your run, so it definitely comes with some benefits, but of course it also comes with a minus 75% max health debuff. And the way you get this from Tyrene or from Troy. Both of these can drop it, and it's actually a world drop, but in my case I got this from Tyrene the Destroyer. And finally, somebody also asked about the performance issues that currently plague many of the console players, and it seems that some of these are going to be fixed in a future bigger update that requires a different process compared to this one. So that one might require some downloads, maybe it's going to be bigger, maybe it's going to be included in a larger patch, but they are definitely working on that, and they made a few of the people who replied them sure of that. But yeah, that is all there is with the Borderlands news. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a thumbs up on it would be super appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.